welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name's Crystal and today we're going to have a bit of a chit chat discussion about 5 things that you can do whilst you're currently in a lockdown or restricted state that's going to help you mentally stay stimulated, stay calm and keep busy. So these are some things that I have been putting into place over the past couple of weeks. So my current role, I normally work in a corporate position within a HR department. We are on a embargo stand down sort of situation, and then when we do go back to work we will be working from home. It's very different working from home versus working in an office because there are certain things that you would normally do in your everyday that you don't do at home. Like you might go and get a coffee from the coffee room and then you might run into somebody that you haven't spoken to from another department and then you might catch up. So something that might take you maybe 5 minutes might take you 10 minutes. So whereas when you're at home you might just go and put the kettle on, pour your coffee, come back. It's something that would take maybe 5 minutes, maybe takes you 2 minutes. So you can find that you have a lot of time where you're sitting and working and you're getting to the end of the day and finding that you're quite exhausted. So what I wanted to talk about today was some things that I am putting into place to help me get through this difficult time, and maybe these are some things that you could consider doing as well. So before we get into the video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also go and check me out on Instagram as well. I'm trying to be as active over there as I possibly can. I will have both my personal account and my Makeup Pro account up on the screen for you guys to go and look at, and they will also be in the description box as well for you guys. So I just want to disclaim that I am not a professional in this area. This is a video that I haven't done before on my channel. I've never done a chit chat kind of video before like this that isn't focusing on makeup. I do have an undergraduate in psychology, but I do predominantly work within the HR space, so still with people but not specifically looking in that domain of mental health. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into the video. So the first thing that I have been doing over the past couple of weeks has been putting into practice mindfulness. So I've been using the app Smiling Mind every single day. They usually have sessions that go for about 10 to 15 minutes depending on what you're looking at, and you can pick what kind of session you're looking for. So you can look for ones that are trying to make you be more present, trying to be more aware, but either way they do kind of go along the same principles. So what I like to do in the mornings is I like to lay down either in bed or sit on the floor or sit on the couch and just pop my headphones in and listen to a mindfulness session. So it really brings you to the present and makes you aware of your surroundings and makes you kind of understand what's going on around you rather than being so cooped up in your own mind and your own body, because you can play tricks on yourself in your own mind. You can sometimes be your own worst enemy, and coming to terms with that is usually the first step. So something that I have actually been saying to myself for years is the first step to being a better version of yourself is to become aware of your own bullshit. So I know that that's probably not the best word to say, but I mean that is the reality of it, because we do tend to put ourselves in the worst possible situations a lot of the time, and mindfulness really makes us come to the present moment and makes us realize what's going on around us and how we're truly feeling. So I definitely recommend taking on mindfulness if you do have a chance to do so. I know that it's something that does take a lot of practice. The first time I did it I was kind of like, I need to move, I can't sit here for this long. I like to be doing stuff, and mindfulness really makes you stop, slow down and really think about that point in time and really relax. It kind of gets to your core and really makes your mind and your body connect together, because they do say your mind and body are two separate entities that rely on each other in order to function. But I find personally the mind can really control the body. When my mind is not stable, my body will really take the impact of that. If I was in quite a stressful situation, I find that my digestive system really takes the hit for that. I find it hard to process food and it really does become quite uncomfortable. And I also find that when I'm stressed as well, I do tend to gravitate to junk food and alcohol. I mean, I'll put my hand up and say that's just something that I do, and I find that when I'm able to help my mind stay calm and stay present, it really does help it to stay balanced, and then also my body can stay healthy and happy, and then together as a unit they can move forward. So I definitely recommend taking on mindfulness if you haven't had a chance to do so already. It's super popular and it's something really that you can develop your skill set in whilst we have some extra time. The next thing that I want to talk about is starting a gratitude journal. So I think in times like these, when we feel like the world is coming in and literally crushing our souls, it's really important for us to look at the things that we have and what we really are grateful to have in life. I mean, life isn't about having all of the Louboutin shoes or having all of the lipsticks or having the latest clothes and the latest handbag and getting our hair done and our nails done every 2 seconds. And don't get me wrong, I love that sort of stuff. I love putting in that self-care, but sometimes we have to strip it all back and go, what do I actually need in life to survive, to be happy, and to be humble? I think that's the key word there, is being humble about life. And the situation that we're in now is forcing us to do that. So for me, I am so grateful for the fact that I get to be with my family right now. When I was at work, I would only see them for maybe a day a week if I was lucky. But right now, I get to spend so much time with them. And I'm so grateful for that. I mean, the connections that we're building now, we're stronger than we've ever been as a unit. And I could never be more grateful than that. So if there's one thing that this pandemic has given me, it has given me family strength that I've never had before. So, I mean, coming out of this, there is going to be a shining light. And I really do think that having a gratitude journal and listing 3 things each day that you're grateful for really does take the edge off things and makes you realize what's important and what we have now that we are so happy to have a part of in our lives. And sometimes we just need to bring ourselves back to the basics again. And this is just something that I think really does make a difference in terms of setting your mind right for the day. So if you wake up and it's the first thing that you do, even do it in bed if you want to. You don't even have to get out of bed. Just have the journal in your bedside unit, get it out in the mornings and write down 3 things that you're grateful for. It just sets you up for success. Like, it really is great, and if you start doing it and you remain consistent at it, you will definitely feel benefits of doing so over the period of the next couple of weeks. The next thing is definitely exercise. So I know that we are allowed out in Australia for 1 hour a day to exercise. I'm pretty sure that's consistent across the world, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But I do think that going out for a walk or going out for a run and just getting fresh air and vitamin D is super important for the soul. So I know for me, I'm a super active person and I like being in the gym. I'm a gym person. I don't like running outside. It's just not my thing. But since I have started taking that on and really focusing on my physical health, because physical health and mental health, they do play a part against each other, just like the mind and body that I mentioned before. Physical and mental health play key roles as well. So by getting outside, by feeling like you are achieving something for yourself, which is exercise, you are doing that for yourself and it is something that you can control. And I think that is another key point as well with this particular time in our lives. There's a lot of things that are happening that we have literally no control over, but what we can control is our state of mind and our physical selves as well. So fuel your bodies with the right foods, but then go out and exercise as well, because you could come out of this stronger than ever. If you're somebody who's never had the time, who's never had the energy to exercise, this is the time to really take on the benefit of time. Like, we have never had this much time before, and you can now do things that you couldn't before, and exercise is one of those things. Just going for a walk, if you're somebody who has never really had the time for exercise at all, going for a walk can have such positive ramifications for your body and your mind that it's unexplainable. And I mean, we have that time now, and again, you're going to be fueling your mind with things such as the mindfulness and the gratitude diary, if that's something that you're going to pick up. Doing the physical aspect of it as well is really going to tie all those things together and take it to the next level in terms of calming the entire body. So it's kind of finding a whole state where you are calm and you feel like you're in control. So if you are able to influence yourself internally and externally, it is a cycle, and you will increase your serotonin levels, and therefore you will be able to be more calm, collected, and you will be able to get through these trying times with a bit more ease, and you won't feel so unstable. And that's the thing, like, it's little tiny things. Yes, this isn't going to pay the bills. Yes, this isn't going to feed you. But at the end of the day, it might help you sleep at night. It might help you wake up every single day with a purpose. You can make these things into your daily routine, which can literally give you purpose and make you feel like you're doing something with this time. The fourth thing I want to talk about is obviously the types of food that you're eating as well. If you're somebody who does order in a lot, again, your internal body is going to influence how you feel. Your mind and your body, they're two separate entities, but they have such an influence on each other. So even if you are in a mental state of mind, which is really hard to get over, sometimes just by eating better foods and drinking more water, you can actually alter the chemical balance in your body and your hormone levels, which therefore in turn can influence the chemical balance in your brain. So it's really important for you to really focus on the types of food that you're eating. This is the best time to learn to cook. I suck at cooking. I will put my hand up now and say that is one thing that I have never been good at, and I avoid it at all costs. I don't like cooking. It's not my thing. I can cook jelly, like, which is just crystals and water. This is the time where you can learn to create whole foods which really nourish the body and can really make you feel better from the inside out. Just learn to make a salad. Start small and then maybe look at working your way up. But honestly, think about what you're fueling your body with right now, because that's the kind of thing that is going to influence you down the track. I mean, again, if you don't really look after yourself in these lockdown periods, you might find that when we come out of it, you're going to have a vicious cycle of self-hate, because you're going to look back on this time and think all you did was stress, all you did was eat, and all you did was suffer. That's the thing, all you did was suffer. So the one thing that we really need to focus on is the fact that we have time to be our best selves. So again, I've mentioned this already earlier in this video, these tips aren't going to pay the bills, they're not going to put food on the table, but with the resources that are in place right now, these are the little things that can really help you feel more grounded, stable, and consistent in your day, more present, and like you're taking ownership of your life through your choices. And then the last thing is obviously self-care. So when I say self-care, I mean things like do your hair, do your makeup, put your clothes on as you normally would, and really do things for yourself that make you happy. So for me, I always feel better put together when I have makeup on and when I put actual clothes on. When I say clothes, a dressing gown doesn't count as clothes, a onesie, pajamas, tracksuit pants, none of those count as clothes, like none. So put on some jeans, put on a nice top, and then really set yourself up for the day. I don't know, even paint your nails. Like mine are chipped and gross, but I still feel better put together because I have something on my nails. Although there's kind of the going joke that maintenance has gone out the window because we have the time to not keep up with our daily requirements of what we should look like, it's still really important for us to feel like we are looking after ourselves and we're doing these things for ourselves. That's the ticker. That's the difference between doing your hair and doing your makeup and your tan and your nails and all that sort of stuff for work or for a public perception versus doing it for yourself. So if you're doing it at home and you're doing it for yourself, it has value in a sense that you know that you are doing it just for you. Whereas like if you're going to work and you're like, oh, I've got to put my fake tan on because I'm going to work and I don't want to look like I'm washed out, or I really want to be tanned, you are not actually doing that for yourself. You're doing that for other people and what they will think of you. So this is about putting yourself and what you enjoy doing first, and then obviously, like, you never know, you might find that you get a new skill out of this. So for me, I know that I've just ordered a kit sort of thing for my nails because I want to learn that skill. I mean, at the end of the day, if I can learn that skill in this time whilst I have the time to learn this stuff, I don't have to pay for that in the future. That's going to save me money. And that is another thing for this period of time. If you get a chance to upskill or learn how to do different things, why not? Why not learn how to do your own nails? Why not learn how to do your own lashes? Or I don't know, even build a little veggie patch in the garden and learn how to nurture and grow plants. Like if that's something that you want to do. So, I mean, there's so many things right now that we can be doing to really stabilize our minds, make us feel content in ourselves, because I know that stress and anxiety is peaking at the moment. Everybody is enduring it in some capacity. We're all in this together, but if we can take a few simple things, it can really change our lives in terms of long term how we're going to come out of this. And these are the sorts of things that we can put into practice every single day, even after the pandemic has finished. So just recapping on what I've mentioned in this video, I definitely recommend, number one, engaging in mindfulness. I think it's definitely worth the time and the effort, and being that we have time right now, it's definitely something to have a go at. Starting a gratitude diary, doing that every single morning when you wake up to create the correct mindset in your head. It really can set the precedence for the entire day and put you in a position of success from the moment that you wake up. Physical exercise, really get out there, get that vitamin D, put yourself first, put your physical self first, make yourself the priority. The food that you eat is extremely important as well. So we've got the physical and then we've got the internal side of things as well. We're still keeping it physical, but we're learning a new skill in cooking as well. Get an old recipe book, one that your grandmother used to cook her recipes out of. Make something that you used to love as a child and then teach that to your children or to your friends. And I don't know, maybe have a Zoom meeting with your friends and then everybody can teach each other a different recipe. It's little things like that that keep us connected that can really make a difference. And then last of all, self-care. Be that your hair, your physical self, your nails, even just doing a skincare routine. Just really giving yourself the time to do a face mask or even just do one of those blackhead pore strips that none of us like doing. I mean, it's little things like that that can really make a difference. Some other stuff that I haven't mentioned in this video that could really help is drinking more water. Track yourself to drink 2 liters of water a day. Start a new book. There are so many books out there that you can get that are both audiobooks or physical books. And also you could start your own YouTube channel if that's something that would interest you as well. Give yourself a project and you never know. Share your experiences on YouTube and you can never know, you might come across people that are going through the same thing and could learn from what you're going through and you could really help them, because this is a time for connecting and making each other feel like they're important and that they are worth your time. So that's everything that I have to talk about today. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Do not forget to subscribe before you leave and let me know if you like these chit chat kind of videos. I don't really know how this is going to be received because I mean, I've implemented these things into my life and I think that they're life-changing. They might not be that influential to yourself, but I really do think that they can make a difference in these trying times. I know that we are kind of over the worst of it, but I really do think that these things, if we implement them in our everyday lives, can make a huge difference long term. So let me know what you think, and do not forget to check me out on Instagram as well. I will have the handles in the description box below, and do not forget to leave me a comment to let me know what you guys would like to see next. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks guys. Bye.